Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to talk to you today about our mobile solution, where we leverage H3 technology. The compulsory introduction slide. So firstly, every project starts by talking to the customer, identifying their needs and their challenges. Then we're going to quickly talk about the technology covered and used. Leon was so kind to go before me and talk about the Catalyst 2. I've personally used the Catalyst DA1, and it's an amazing little device. I've used it for exactly as he mentioned, ground control points for aerial surveying using drones, and I was very impressed with it as well. Then we're going to go into an integrated solution where we utilize the Esri application, built an integration straight into Landfolio, and I'll actually show that today and demo it as well by showing it right here. And then how our customers benefit from these applications. So firstly, I'm going to use one of my favorite clients as a case study, Zimbabwe. And they can be very proud of what we've achieved there. So we talked to the surveyors, and one of the main points that came out of this discussions was most of these surveys take place in very remote areas with no or very limited connectivity. So we needed a solution, hardware and software, where we can be in a completely offline environment. We needed to be able to verify coordinates and also assess the state of these coordinates by taking photos, for example, and then also monitor any activity on that parcel that was being surveyed. So the technology leveraged, firstly, obviously, Trimble Landfolio, best program in the world. Then Trimble hardware. We've had Leon show us some Trimble hardware. Then the Esri applications. Now, for Zimbabwe, we leveraged two applications, Survey 123 firstly, and then ArcGIS Collector. So the reason we did that was Survey 123 is a more form-centric application, whereas Collector is a more map-centric application. So we had two components here. We had to verify beacons, so we leveraged Collector for that, and then we also collect additional information like photos, documents, and all that, and then we leveraged Survey 123 for that. So the Trimble products leveraged, obviously Landfolio, and then we had the R2 GNSS receiver and paired it with the Trimble T10 tablet. It's a very rugged tablet, very nice tablet. Although I wish it was Android. It's a Windows operating system, and yeah. So the Esri products, as I've mentioned, Survey 123, and then Collector. I'll show you Survey 123 shortly. And then just to quickly discuss the data flow. So we utilize something in Landfolio, which most of you probably will be familiar with, is survey actions. And those survey actions then trigger the integration, which gets sent to ArcGIS Online or Enterprise, for that matter. It is picked up by the mobile device or synced down to the mobile device. This is all in an online environment. This is before you go out to the field. And then once it's on your device, you can go offline and go into the field, collect your data, and then sync it back to Landfolio afterwards. So if you would allow me to quickly open up Survey 123. So this is Survey 123, and the application is very simple. As you can see at the bottom, we've got a collect function. That's if you collect raw data, no context, we haven't sent anything from Landfolio. Then we have our inbox, and then we have our sent items. You'll see I have 3 sent items. I was very concerned this morning that something might go wrong, so I did 3 test surveys quickly as well. So firstly, the whole process obviously starts with, where's my mouse pointer? Yeah, okay. Firstly, the process obviously starts with in Landfolio, and I'm going to drag that over quickly. And as we can see there, our process starts as a usual workflow with different actions triggering different events. So we have our cartographer firstly having a shape validation. Now the reason we do that is basically just to verify that the coordinates and the information we're sending to the field is accurate before the surveyor wastes money and time actually going out into the field. So once he's run that, we schedule a survey action, and that survey action can be opened. And when the surveyor is ready to go survey the license, pardon me, I can't see properly, I'm on actions open. Sorry. So we schedule the surveyed action with the shape validation. Yeah.
Do you maybe just want to...
Yeah, duplicate.
Unduplicate your screens?
Yeah, I was thinking the same now. Come on. Okay, so we are on our survey action. So firstly, the previous action sent the existing shape to the survey action, and you will see that I have claimed the whole of Cape Town for myself as soon as it zooms there. And we will go survey this area, and we do that by basically just saying we are ready to go do the survey, and that's very easy, clicking edit, and just changing the decision result ready to survey. Ready to survey, we keep the action open, and we save that. As soon as that is saved, the integration is kicked off, and we get, that's not nice. The integration is kicked off. So if we go into ArcGIS Survey 123, we can see we still have 0 inbox items. If we refresh our inbox, we should receive an inbox item very shortly. So we just give it a second to quickly refresh. So this usually takes anything to 20 to 30 seconds to actually go through. Okay, so in the interest of time, did it change? No, it's ready. It says there. Or maybe just give it a second. So there we go. There's our inbox item. Now, think about this as well. If we have multiple surveys, we'll have multiple inbox items, and we can deal with them one by one. So it's a very nice way of tracking what you still need to do in the field as well. So it's easy enough. You just open up the survey. You can select to view it. So before you want to do the survey, or if you actually want to do the survey, we just click edit. And that opens up the little survey form. We can edit our coordinates. Now, this is where collector would come into play, where we want to maybe collect at a more accurate level. We would use collector. But we can also utilize Survey 123's mapping interface, and it's very easy to do. You just click edit your points. I'm going to cheat a bit. Please also bear in mind that we are in an indoor place, so it's not going to really know where I am at the moment. But if you use a device like the Trimble Catalyst D82, it would actually snap to your location and edit that coordinate where you are at that moment. So I'm going to cheat a little bit and just move a coordinate like that so that we can see a result when we send this data back. I verify that I'm happy with my coordinates, and I continue with my little survey. So first thing, one of our requirements was to be able to capture photos in the field. So the first thing we're verifying is the beacons, and we are going to give it a name. We're going to have some comments. It is a cement beacon. And we can either take a photo, so the photo, or we can actually just attach a document if the photo already, or the photo was already taken and it's on the device. So we can do that as well. Okay, so we have options. Then we can also capture survey photos. So I'm going to say tailing. I'm just taking a photo of the tailings on the mine. And aggregate, let's just go tailings. And we can either then take a photo or navigate to the photo or at that stage. And we can also capture additional documents. So for example, we have we want the title of the license. We can also capture that, and we can attach it. That's the one nice thing about the Trimble T10. It actually has a USB, so the person can put a PDF on that, plug it in. We can access that via USB and attach it and send it off to Trimble or to Landfolio as well. Okay. Can't spell my own company's name, apparently. So we do the same. And then, as everybody knows, and we've discussed it this morning, is structured data. We can capture additional points. So these additional points make up anything from the coordinate, obviously, and then also we can have drop-downs, and we say we want to look, say this is where a borehole is located on that license. We want to record data, so it's a community borehole. And we can also obviously attach photos to this. Again, we can either take the photo or we can navigate to a photo. And that's it. Now, I'm also just going to point out that you can take multiple photos by just clicking the little plus sign there. So you're not limited to taking one photo. Okay. Survey 123 also allows us to build smart forms. So, for example, if I selected something else here, other than a borehole, let's say I selected an aerodrome, we could then expose different fields based on your selection. So it's also, you can build logic into the system. So I'm going to sync this. And I also want to show you this. If you are in an offline environment, you will only get one option, and that is save to outbox. If you are online, you can have the option of sending that information now. So basically what that just means is we can save it to the outbox. Our inbox is now empty. We've completed all the surveys for the day. If we get back to the office, we just go into our outbox and we say send. That will start the syncing process, and that integration will kick off. And hopefully we have results in 30 seconds. I've taken the liberty, just taking into consideration time, of actually already doing a survey and showing the results. I'll show them to you now on Landfolio. But hopefully after I've gone through the results, we can quickly come back into this action and actually see what we did right now. So immediately after the survey is synced, you can see the decision results status has changed from ready to survey is complete. That's when we know all the data has been received by Landfolio. Okay. So if we open up that, we can see that our surveyed shape has arrived. Let's give it a second to load. And we can also see the comparison between our new shape that was surveyed in the field and the old shape. And as you can see right there, that's the old shape and that's the new shape. Then we also have our documents that we sent. So our beacon photos, our borehole, our Landfolio, and then our tailings photo. We can obviously view those photos. I'm going to open up that now. And then also our structured data, our additional points. In this case, we just push through the XY coordinates. Don't worry if you just see 2 decimal places there. If I go into edit mode, our usual 8 decimal places is there. Okay. We can see the type, and we can see our comments that we made. And we can add multiple structured data entries. So we're not limited to just one. Okay. So the PNG guys might be interested in this. So that's the syncing process. Now we can obviously continue with the workflow after this. And the next step in this workflow is to actually do a shape validation. We're not going to do that now. And as you can see also, our survey that we just did actually is completed. So the status has been updated. There's the photos we just sent, Beacon 1, tailings, Trimble, all of that. So it's not just a gimmick, it actually works. So just quickly back to the presentation. So just to flow again, Landfolio survey action, ArcGIS Online, the applications, back to ArcGIS Online, into Landfolio. So it's a very simple flow of data. Now, how does this benefit our customers? We're streamlining the survey process. It's an efficient way to capture data. We link attributes, photographs, everything is in one place. We don't have a SD card of a camera somewhere lying about. And what I did not show is the automated reports. So after this, we can click Generate Report, and then it actually generates a survey report for us afterwards. So we're utilizing the data we just collected. Obviously, improved accuracy, increased precision, a whole automated system via ArcGIS Online and the devices. We have our offline capability, and then the automated data sync back to Landfolio. Thank you so much. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.